welcome to episode number 27 of the Whiskey and Wig Show. And we're here in the world famous Bittles bar with the Bittles family. And also we are in association with Dragon Claw Whiskey, which actually serve here.
Yep, this is one of the very few, or maybe the only place that has all three Dragon Claw whiskeys.
Yes, we have the three.
So, if you want a Dragon Claw whiskey, get down to Bittles. Or Guinness, because you're renowned for Guinness. This is the Bittles boys. This is
the Bittles boys.
This is John, Kieran and Fergal.
Yep.
He has another son that isn't here today. He's Aussie, he's slacking with a hangover.
Yeah.
But you're notorious nowadays, John, and infamous for being one of the grumpiest barmen in Belfast. Would you agree with it?
It could be. Like, see, when you're at this game as long as I have, you know, you don't suffer fools lately. I've been doing this coming up to, like, in a few years, about 50 years. So, like, there's only so much you can put up. And, like, a lot of people, you know, don't want to be saying their customers, don't want to, you know, but you have to be out there and tell it as it is. So, like, but, like, I'm here this year, 33 years, through the troubles, through the firebombs.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and, like,
29 years old, you bought this place, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, that's it.
So you worked in Morning Star first?
Yeah.
And then you came here. What made you come and make your own, like, get your own bar at 29 years old?
Well, this was land empty, I was land derelict, and then when you're 29 you thought, I should fucking make that work.
Where did you get the money from?
I don't know.
Good question. But from a very
the less you want to said the better.
That's a good question. We came from fuck all. We lived up in New Lodge. We were in Old Curran, children's homes and all. We hadn't a fucking washer. But one thing that I was always doing, I was always on the move, always doing a bit of robbing and stealing. So when everybody had no money, I had always plenty of money. So I was always...
That's why I had no money, because you were robbing and stealing.
I thought, fuck, surely I can't live like this the rest of my life. We lived in a New Lodge, we were in Old Curran. I thought, I can't live like this. Surely there has to be another option for it. Yeah. So, like, got a wheeling and dealing, bit of
stealing. Did you live in the flats?
And what?
Did you live in the flats in the New Lodge?
No, we lived in Hillmont Street, but we were so fucking poor, here's me. I couldn't stick this.
No.
I could do my head if I had to live like this here. So I thought, fuck, I'm going to have to reinvent myself here. I'm going to have to make a couple of moves. And even at one stage, the fraud squad came out to me and they says, you're this here. I said, no, fuck, I never done all that there. I was investigated by the fraud squad. And they says, oh, fuck, and your man opened the case. I never forget the man. He opened the case, and all I could see was a gun in the case. I thought, does he want me to shoot him or shoot myself?
Jesus Christ.
He was fucking sound. He sorted it all out, covered it all up, and like...
Covered it all up?
At one stage, he started drinking the bar. And here he was, I know how you feel, he says, I'm from the Shankill. So, like, he was a bit sympathetic, gave me a bit of a by ball, and covered it up. If it hadn't have been fat, I'd have been a McCarthy. Only he gave me a by ball.
Jesus.
I mean, you should let it out all the bits where we've implicated ourselves.
Yeah, of course. Any of these edited will be edited out.
Like, will this stand up at a quarter mile?
But
the drinking's the same. I haven't drank in 35 years. And when I was drinking, I was more often over there.
Right. What for? Just...
For all these offences.
The barracks was over for...
Right, for everyone.
I've probably 100 offences against me. For non-political things, everything, alcohol related.
All alcohol related?
All alcohol related.
Indecent exposure.
We've all been there. We've all done it. What is your catchphrase for it? You're a poacher turned gamekeeper.
Oh, that's what it is. I always poacher turned gamekeeper.
But
I wouldn't end up well pleased for the drink. Like, seriously, the way I was drinking, the way I was acrobating.
What kind of drink? What drink were you?
Oh, fuck, whiskey, brandy.
Large.
Stay away from Dragon.
Yeah, fucking showing off, acting a big man, because I had a few quid. Fucking large yes, large that there. But any time I was out to drink, I always woke up.
What made you think I need to stop drinking?
One of the last times that I was in court, the judge said to me, Mr. Bittles, I notice here your offences, they're getting more serious and serious. Every time you're in here, the offences are getting more serious. The next time you're in front of me, I'll have no other choice but to give you a custodial sentence. But then, that's when the cardi part of me kicked and I thought, I wouldn't have the fucking balls to go to the cabaret. That was it. I never fucking took
What age were you?
So 35 years ago, fuck, I was 62, so 27.
Oh, so you didn't have the bar yet until
No, I hadn't a bar then.
You'd have been a disaster if you had a bar.
No, fuck, I would have been in McCarthy without a sweat. The offences were getting fucking worse. I was doing more acrobating. And the only offences that I was in the barracks for was the ones I was getting caught for. So the rest, I was getting away with them.
The rest you're telling them this podcast. But was it not daunting that you came in at the height of troubles? And that's when you decided you're 2 years sober, you decided to open a bar. So you're 2 years sober,
as well.
which is really daunting to open a bar, which is your vice. But it's the height of the troubles. It's right beside the barracks. There was a car bomb came off. I don't know when the car bomb came off in this.
When the car bomb came off, I was arrested out of here. They done me when I was in. I come down the fucking nose jumper and a hat on. Fuck, a looter. I said, no, I own the place. A fucking likely story. I said, fuck, I own it. No, fucking came across your tape before. Right, we're going to get you. I said, fuck, after a bit of convincing, I was in trying to get the place cleaned up and ready for the next day. But fuck, the place was wiped. Like every window in every window in the
Was
place.
it that bad, huh?
Oh fuck, it was bad. Like it was the place. Every window in
Did
the
it have
place.
to completely renovate it?
Well, I managed to get a builder on site the next day, and every window was replaced. And within like a couple of days, it was.
That's not the builder that I heard a story where you got an expensive bottle smashed on you.
That's my good friend. He not made me mention him. That's my good friend, Danny McCulloch. Good friend of the family. Known him for 35 years. Eddie's out the back, doing his best, setting up that wee whiskey room, fucking humming and banging. Next thing you know, 20 grand whiskey fell this shop.
That's a fucking joke. Was it heartbreak?
I had to act a big man. I was done on a Saturday. Done on a Saturday, fucking place packed. Down goes a bottle of whiskey. I let on. Don't worry about it.
Fuck me. The tears bottle had to be.
Because I was actually there that day. Like,
were you
like, see when you watched as all the whiskey bottles vibrated, and it all happened like, you know, in a moment, but it felt like it was in slow motion. And of all the 50 bottles that were on that shelf, it was the most expensive one that fell.
It had to be.
Watching it in slow motion fall and break, it was heartbreaking. But one thing I will say, it smelled delicious.
Did it?
It smelled amazing.
Did no one like scrape some together and like mustard?
I thought about it.
With a wee bear mats.
Once they come from behind the counter and fucking no, some of them oh fuck, can I go around?
Much would a shot of that been or a measure?
So the master distiller, he sent down the whatever he had left the miniatures. I think the miniatures are worth about 3 grand a piece.
For a measure, to buy a measure now, it's about 3 grand. There's only 1 or 2.
I swear to God, I've been sick for years. But is that the first time you saw your daddy cry?
I wasn't. Do you know I wasn't here? But Fergal said he dealt with it immaculately.
He did,
you just took yourself off for 20 minutes and then come back and said, "At least we've all still got."
He's been off drink for 10 years. And he came back for that.
But the customers, they all fucking twigged. Not one of them opened their fucking.
Yeah.
It was the days when all that, and it was fucking sad. It was packed.
I'd say
And
you
not
got
one
a
of
load of
them-
tips.
I thought them cardy bastards. Not one of them. I just hear the word. Oh fuck shit, fuck off. We're gonna get fucked out here.
What did the builder say?
No,
Or wedding.
he didn't realise. He fucking hadn't a clue.
He
just
couldn't
came out.
make him feel that bad.
He couldn't. He didn't even fucking realise what had happened there.
He'd have probably seen a whiskey going, I'll give you 40 quid.
Oh, he fucking.
But, yeah, so you opened in troubles. Was see at the start, at downtown, I don't think would have been a thing where anyone from like West Belfast, or anyone would ever ventured into.
Alright,
So
like,
was
not
it
even just
was there a
West
struggle?
Belfast, like the
No, Tyrone fucking actually. See, from like, it worked from day one. From the day I opened, as soon as I opened, it worked.
Yeah.
It fucking clicked in right away. It was a wee bit different. The place was small. It was neat and tidy. It was sort of well done up. It was a bit newer and fresher than what was round the town. Round the town, it was the same old places, same old rhetoric. But it fucking worked. But when you're 29, you thought, I should fucking give this a go. It's not cost me anything.
Yeah.
You had all this here money that you've
been
fucking
robbed.
robbed and stole. It wasn't my money. It's such. So like I thought. It's not enough to say it's my own money. Sure, I've schemed this year.
Am I not right in saying as well, because you worked in like the Morning Star and the Auto and stuff, did you not have like a wee band of regulars that kind of
I
knew you
did.
from the other bars, so they thought,
Aye.
oh well, Bittles is good as it was.
No, there's
Go
people coming in here now who come in 33 years ago,
Yeah.
come in day one, and they're still here.
Yeah.
that's good. That is.
For now.
For now. Until they order a Coke or a half pint. But, yeah, you've got like a notorious thing about. But do you think like the Yelp report reviews? Did you get the bad ones? The Google ones are kind of like the drive people to come here because it's kind of like a thing. People kind of I know people from Dublin have came up and went, I ain't going to Bittles because I hear your man will bar you for no reason and stuff like that. So they come in for the entertainment almost.
No, that must be part of it because I tell you what, last year was the busiest year I had and the whole time I was here. So last year was the busiest year from I opened. It was off the scale. And you're talking about them like people think I'm fucking Walter Mitty. Like we were selling like around Christmas, we were selling 700 a day. Now not
and it's not a big bar. If anyone watching this is a small bar.
Like last year by a fucking mail was like even with not letting people in, even me putting people out, even me with all the grumpy reviews. Fucking still works. It was the biggest year by a mail in 32 years, Thomas.
Would you say that is because Guinness Guru?
The Guinness Guru?
Because he's a massive social media presence and he gave your bar, what was it,
8.5
and it has one in Belfast. And I agree with him. I've always said that anyone that asked, this is the best Guinness in Belfast. And after that, it just seemed like this place kicked the new level.
Yeah.
Well, I probably was that
for young people, the hipsters.
But there seemed to be something about Guinness during the whole Guinness, the lockdown. Everybody was looking Guinness. Like a Hatfield were doing those vans converted into Guinness.
Did you not do it? No.
No, fuck it. It's a bit of work in that, and that cost Kieran Cassidy at the end of the day. Had cost them 50 grand. Right. They were took to court and they put the vans out in the road.
You better rob them. You'd be kidding. 50 grand.
Well, I could have fucking dipped in that road. I could have said I'd fucking reinvent myself here. Back to the road. Back to the road and stealing. Fuck's sake. No, but you know the old story. Behind every great success, there's a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know that scenario.
Everybody work hard, get the head there.
You have to just fucking pick your market and like there's a move and I'm going to go for it and go for your move.
What
talking about these
what
things.
got you interested in the bar game?
We lived up in New Lodge and the only thing that I was ever surrounded by when we were young was drink. Like if it wasn't weddings, funerals, christenings, it was all drink.
Yeah.
And the first job I ever got, my old granny died. She lived in artillery flats. The fucking house was packed. The coffin is in the middle of the living room. The fucking house is smoked out. It's like a big opium den. And not many people come in, get the lid back in the coffin again. And everybody just sat there drinking the coffin. And then my dad said to me, right, your job, everybody comes in, give them a tin of Guinness and a Pars.
How old were you?
Oh fuck, I was maybe 13, 14.
Right.
And you were stuck in that. Everybody come in, got tin of Guinness, there you are, bottles of Guinness. And load of bottles of Pars whiskey, everybody got a fucking... And I thought, fuck, I could do that.
This is it. Yeah. This is the dream.
This is the fucking job for me. I'm going to fucking give this a bit of a go here.
You're saying that because you've told that story before and says it was everybody going, there you go, John, there's a few quid for you. Was everybody giving you the money? You took a liking to it?
And you got your first... Was it your first job in Morningstar, was it?
No, way back before that, Tyrone, I worked down in the Sleeve Donard.
Oh, did you? Fancy? Fancy spot?
Oh, but you lived up the New Lodge and you went down to the Sleeve Donard. You lived in there.
Did you? You lived in the hotel?
I lived in a hotel.
Oh, did you?
I had staff quarters.
I
had staff quarters. I lived in there.
That is lethal.
There's always an old move about there.
That's it.
You were stealing all the fuckery and anything wasn't nailed down.
Here, Putney's no good to me.
Lidl's crockery you want to go for.
You need the hard cash. No point, you're not going to get anybody stealing knives and forks.
Karen, what would you say is like working for because myself, for people who don't know it, my daddy owns he did own a sweet shop for years, and he made me work there when I was 11, and it was always daunting because you're scared of your dad, and I say I give out change, I must have got sacked from my dad about 6-7 times. Sent home crying. I was getting paid £1 an hour. £1 a fucking hour.
That's my wage as well.
I remember when I first started working in here, it was just before I turned 13, and you picked me up one day from detention on a Saturday morning.
Detention?
Yeah. And you says to me, have you nothing better to do?
Apple doesn't fall far.
You says to me, have you nothing better you could do on a Saturday? And I says, sure, like, I've no money or anything. And you were like, right, okay, you've nowhere to go and you've no money. I've just the fucking thing for you. So I started in here, and I remember...
What age? Were you 13?
Like, yeah, just before I turned 13. And I remember, like, pouring the pints of Guinness and see if there was, like, a bubble here or a bubble there. Pint straight down the sink, shit, do it again.
Fox,
and I don't know...
Before, like, the Guinness was a big thing.
Yeah.
You
I
had to
don't-
serve 3 pints.
I don't know how many Guinness I seen go down the sink, but it means you have to just get it right after a while.
And who's the best out of the Biddle boys?
Well, me, obviously.
I think it's
It was me that poured the Guinness Guru pint.
Was it?
So
you the one?
I've got the highest reviewed.
Here, tell you what,
Pint
you
of
must be
Guinness
the
in our
proud daddy. Proud daddy,
Sir.
Andy. But did you ever get sacked from here, Annie's?
Did you ever get sacked here?
No?
We were told to fuck off.
No,
Fuck
well,
off. Get out. You get fuck off out of here.
I think I might have quit a couple of times. I remember getting sacked a couple of times.
Yeah.
We were told to fuck off out of here.
No, but the day's still young, in fairness.
That's it.
It is. It's only early doors.
11 o'clock.
And I've seen people come in here. They always complain about the heat.
What,
About the
being
heat.
too cold or
Too
too
freezing.
warm?
They're
This
off.
man's always wearing a hat, always wearing a jumper, and I love.
Credit cards?
He wants people to come in and say about how cold it is, and so you can tell them to fuck
Trying to
off.
freeze the
But you know what warms you up is
The Guinness.
get the whiskey in thee.
No, I know what it is. I'm a bit claustrophobic. I'll never close the door. That door, Tommy, I don't give a fuck what temperature it is. The door's open. Is it too cold for you? Out you go. Away somewhere else. Fuck off. I like to see.
I like the nice and cozy wee fire. I want a wee fire.
I
on
like
the
to
face.
see. I stand about there, and I like to get a wee look at you. I like give me.
Yeah.
2
Before you can
seconds.
bar him,
Give me
right, before
2
this guy.
seconds to see, are you getting served? Do you fit the criteria? The door's open. I remember saying to the guy one day, "No, you can't get served. You don't fit the criteria." Right. Away he went.
What is
He
the
got back
criteria?
coughing. He got back coughing.
What is the criteria?
Excuse me, fuck, your man's got a knife here, I'm gonna have to whack this.
Fuck.
He says, hey boy, what do you mean I don't fit the criteria? What does that even mean? He hadn't a fucking clue, must have went away and thought about it. Don't fit the criteria. What is the criteria then? What I said, nobody knows. I'm the only person. I just make it up. No baseball caps, no teeth,
No
fuck
tactics.
anything. Just have a wee look at them. Like, but I did say that boy one day come in, no, all flies. Out of the court, I don't know why, I was up in court, so that's their barrister. I said, fella, you fucking can't get served. Big fancy suit.
No suits.
I said,
No suits. Tracksuits only.
look round you. You're like a fish out of water. We could. Fuck's
sake.
What?
Everybody gets
He
it.
opened the suit, fucking got that there. That's the
Armani
designer suit. Fucking £1,000. I said, fuck.
It's casual.
You're fuck, you'll be hearing more about this year. I'll be fucking
Would
getting
you call us a working man's bar? Is this like a? Because you're beside the courts. I'm not
Tyrone,
sure.
nobody knows, okay?
And changes day to day. Changes day to day.
I'm gonna read a few reviews here. These are all genuine reviews, and we did have to.
Are you making these up now, Tyrone?
No,
We'll be checking these out.
But there was a load of good reviews, but we obviously want the bad
Hold on,
reviews.
we'll start.
listen,
But don't want Tyrone.
Listen
But
to this.
don't really want to hear the good reviews.
No, no, it
You're not
does.
going to get. No
Listen to
business
this.
ever gets any credit on
This
good
is
reviews.
the
But
most-
want the bad reviews.
This is the most stupid 1-star review I've ever heard. This is a bar. Terrible food, terrible place. What fucking food do you do?
There's no food.
10 years?
That's the soup of the day that you've got right in front of you.
Another one. They don't like darts. Do you not like darts?
There was like, I think there was like a big crowd came in after the darts, like all
Oh,
blurred, like a big
yeah,
squad of them, and like, bit like a dance, there's no doorman or anything, so whoever was working just went, nah, it's not happening. So you're
But here-
discriminating against darts players.
Do you know what it is? Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I follow the boxing and stuff, but the fucking old darts ones, like, they go in, they come in their town, they get fucking juiced up.
Ah, they get really
over there.
juiced up darts ones.
Fuck, see, like I've been all that boxing and all you coming back from the boxing. I've never seen a single person wanting to be aggressive, cause trouble. Say a fucking darts ones. You think they were all fucking juiced up?
He's going to be alienating your darts demographic.
No, no.
Listen, darts is all
Darts,
right.
darts, great. We look for big darts fans here.
But don't tell me,
I'm turning off this podcast. I don't listen.
Right, this here, right?
You-
Hold
you
on,
beat
right?
two
Here's
lines.
a good one, right? A small quirky bar, but an absolute pleasure to visit. We had our first in Belfast, best pint of Guinness here, friendly staff, and an interesting occasion. So friendly staff,
Oh, but I must have been
Right.
off.
I was gonna
You want to
Then-
know?
I wasn't working that day.
literally. So I had somebody about their experience. My experience was no good. The Bittles bar was very good. I had the chance to drink there since 2004, but I'm assuming there's a new owner or a new manager because it's not very friendly. I was there to show the bar to my family. He said I could not stay because the tables were occupied and asked me to get out too soon. I never saw this kind of behaviour in Northern Ireland pubs. The Bittles was my first recommendation to friends, but now I will not recommend it anymore.
That's a good review.
That's one of the good ones.
We'll take that as a good review, Tommy. That's a good review. We'll take that review. That's a good one.
See what you've been involved in a massive thing at the minute with you didn't serve someone Coke.
What is that? What
happened
is
there?
The thing?
What? No, what people can't get their head around. Look at it in here. This is one of the smallest bars you'd get in the north of Ireland. From the outside, everybody thinks it's a big place.
Yeah,
It's like-
tiny.
it's all perception.
Much with this hold.
Maybe, I don't know, 30 people.
Yeah.
So like at 12 o'clock on a Friday, a lot of people thought that review was 12 o'clock at night. 12 o'clock on a Friday.
Like on our lunch.
That was full. There was no seats, no tables, except that table there. And a guy sit down and taking the last seat in the place.
Like,
Last
there's
seat in
no
the
stand in
place.
this place, is there?
No,
You don't stand?
I don't know why that.
I remember years ago it used to be packed.
I did, but
This fella, this must be him. He's took the comment section.
the baldy bastard.
This baldy bastard doesn't allow anyone just to buy a soft drink. So if there were
take that.
friends for the night and you're a designated driver, there to keep your friends safe. The owner doesn't like you. Terrible customer service.
I'll take that as a good review, Thomas.
But
Take that as a good review.
See, you being a man that's off drink, would you not think you should be more recipient to people who want
No,
to
fuck, what a fuck. What a fuck.
Why? Well, just because.
You're drinking or you're fucking not drinking. No,
Well,
like, it's
not.
not. See that there, that's all pure proportion. You go down that there fridge there. The best selling thing we have in that fridge is tins of Guinness Zero. That's the best selling. We have a fridge there behind the counter. Nobody comes in here drinking bottled beers.
I'm actually
bottled
surprised you
pops.
do zeros.
But that is the best selling, out of that fridge, it's the best selling thing there is. So people saying, oh fuck,
It
that's
is
not a
still
bar.
weird.
That's
But
bullshit.
do you know what? I kind of agree with you. If you want a bottle of juice, go to the Spar. Why would you come down here to get a...
But see,
Huh?
It's not enough space to keep the cokes.
No.
No, that's in there. We have it all sorted out.
See,
Like,
today, if I was a designated driver or I wasn't drinking, I would drink
A zero.
non-alcoholic
No,
beer.
I understand.
Like, you can't sit there drinking Coke all night. Or
But I just think for a
orange
man that's off drink himself, he's.
No, but it was for
Roadley,
security
more-
reasons.
more
He was
drink
nearly
for
gonna
these
end up
men.
like Evan.
That's
another 4 of them Guinness Zeros.
Guinness. See this man, and everyone
Four,
calls him
four,
Gruffy.
4 Guinness Zeros, really.
He's getting the Guinness Zeros down. Are you not allowed a half pint in this place as well?
Oh, fuck, no.
What's wrong with
That's
that?
all you're doing is turning the place into a shit show. And the thing about it is, if we are the only pub on
kind
the
of shit
island of
show?
Ireland that doesn't serve half pints of Guinness.
But what is the thought behind that?
The
It's a
thought
shit
behind
show?
that, Tommy, is if you're drinking Guinness,
Loads of
you
glasses.
have to drink a pint. See, drinking a half pint.
I agree.
I just made that up one day. Just a couple of tours come in. Like, these are sitting, 2 glasses of Guinness. You think you're going to fucking sit there with 2 glasses of Guinness? Out. No, you have to, like, see, to get a good effect,
I know. But there's
you have to
something
drink a
about
pint.
like people who live in Spain or like them warmer countries in Europe. They always drink half pints. I've always noticed it. They never always getting like a half
Yeah.
But
pint.
it's not because it's like so warm over there that it'll go. If you drink a full pint, it'll like get warm or go flat before you can
Yeah.
finish it all.
That's true. You can see half pints they are nice, but I would never order one myself. But
You like it served.
But
here,
this is one of my favourite reviews.
Everybody's got the message about the half pint. Yeah, very, very seldom. They've got the message. They know before they get here. Don't be rocking the boat.
Yeah.
Don't toss that out loud for a half pint.
I come here by myself just to have that.
Just to see who's getting put out. Who's
I
getting
love it. But this is one of my favourite because it involves the whole family. Well, some of the family. Very odd experience. I asked a funny looking skinny young barman, and I'm going to say it's Kieran.
That's Kieran, yes.
Could be.
I asked a funny looking skinny young barman if they serve Guinness extra cold. Clearly upset. It clearly upset him and his whole demeanour altered. I asked him to ask what his problem was, and he stated that it's because he has the audacity to ask for such a thing. I explained extra cold was preference from England, and I asked to speak to another funny older man
Funny.
That's
It's
fair
funny.
who backed up Lurch. I said, I would know next time. He made it very clear. As I walked out, it was a very memorable experience.
Oh, that's it.
Well, that's what we're after.
What is
as long as
what
we're,
is the
as long as
issue
we're leaving a
with
lasting impression.
Extra cold.
No, I think in England that they tried it here. Like, so they Guinness here or around it. It's cold enough. But in England, I think, because I've seen your man the Guru doing some reviews where it's just too cold. They're doing like really, really chilled down to, I don't know.
You don't want it too cold.
No, well, I think maybe your mom said that it's that extra cold.
See, during lockdown, I got my own pumping and Guinness, and it turns out if it's too cold, then you get too big a head and stuff.
Aye.
Or if it's too warm, you get too small a head, or vice versa. If you one of those. But it's there's a fine art to pouring a Guinness, and you've mastered it, and you've started doing. I've been to one, Guinness Days, which I think is a genius idea.
Well, what is Guinness Days for those?
Guinness Days, Tommy, is Guinness only. So we'll put out everybody.
This is a nice
Put
change,
everyone out.
this is a nice change where I sit here and people bring me the pints.
Listen, this is poured by the wife of John Bittles, the legend, and the doorman.
Oh, the doorman.
Ever any trouble in Bittles, she's the one sorted.
That's it.
Do you ever have the sons, Kieran, Fergal, do you ever have to step in and like break up a fight from your dad trying to fight a customer?
No, fuck no.
Because I seen something actually. Was it not something recently? I seen a video.
But that was the customers were. What was the crack? Was that mad?
No, they
Culty fella?
No, they got refused. They're coming in. They'd been juiced up, and some of the staff was on. Maybe it
I
served.
don't think it was.
Served them.
None of us were here. It was all.
But no, none of us were here. But your mom, the family sat at the first table. They're juiced up, too loud, and then they decided, "Fuck, we shouldn't have served them. And we're going to have to refuse them." And then when they got refused, but if you look at the dad, people thought that was our doorman, but that was
just a punter.
that was his with him.
All
He
right.
was, but like your mom never made. He kept making sure your mom was pulling the back. One time you see, he's
Hold
never
back
going to do
technique.
anything. Make sure you hold me back here.
I'd say there would be not much trouble because you're beside the barracks.
Do you know the old one? Like a lot of people, I think, really show their true colours when you refuse them. Like there's people where maybe you're full, or maybe you think people are a bit too drunk, and you say to them like, sorry, can't serve you, whatever. And some people go, listen, no worries, all the best, have a good night. And you think, oh, I actually feel bad. But then some people go, well, fuck you specky cunt, all this stuff, and you think like, fucking lads. And you think, and that's why I didn't serve you. It's 'cause you're fucking booting off. Would you be so much worse if you had a drink in
I don't
you?
think I've ever been, even before, like, because John knows, he follows the boxing big, so he knows us. So obviously we get the special treatment in this place, always in. But before I was known in boxing, I never got anybody. I always came here anyway, and I never got knocked back or not served. So I must have a good face.
Oh, that's it.
I met the criteria.
You fitted the criteria.
You're coming in with them black eyes, but like fucking don't want to refuse him.
Tell me, why did you never have a door staff in the city centre? Like?
They do? Her?
No,
It's a small place. We don't have any music on. We don't have any sport on.
Someone actually complaining about music being too loud in some of your reviews now.
Aye, that's because
never noticed.
if I'm on Friday or Saturday night, I put the fucking tunes on,
Okay.
and they're
'Cause
pumping.
I knew there's
and all the
never tunes
and all
in
the
here.
old ones are like, it's too loud in here. These beats are too good.
No, but I think like we're about the only place in the whole city centre with no door staff. Like I would never knock anywhere that has door staff. You need them not for the trouble inside, but to stop people and say no, you can't get in. But that always works with
Because it's a smaller place as well, and you're at the door, literally.
And the door's open.
You can't, if the
So
door was
you're able
here,
to see them.
if the door was here, you maybe need a door stop, but because you're here,
Yeah.
you can
But
get
that's
that
why you
back.
leave the door open, is because you want to be able to get a read on people like as soon as possible. Are you fucked? Are you drunk? Are you gonna like cause me any trouble or whatever? And you want to like just like almost if you think people are gonna come in and give you any
you
grief,
have to be
just
a
let them
bit
go.
smart of the game. Like there was a guy in last Friday, a young fella. He was outside. Maybe he shouldn't have got served, but you could see maybe he was near the barracks. Maybe he was juiced up.
Yeah.
And then he came in and he wanted a pint. I said, that's all right, I'll bring the pint out to you. But as he went out, I just closed the doors there for 5 minutes. Now, if I had to refuse him, I have a fucking guarantee he'd have kicked off. So as soon as he went out, the doors were closed and then he sort of twigged and then away he
He
went.
just went.
So you have to...
And this is known for the artwork around.
Yeah.
I think it's Joe Kane.
Joe Kane, we guy from the markets, yes.
Oh, is that where he's from,
yeah,
Marcus? And did he do all these paintings?
He done all those there, and it was when the Oma bomb trial was on there. One of the head man of the Oma bomb trial, that painting at the back there, he offered me 25,000 for it.
Fuck.
Aye,
For that?
is that there? And if I had to say,
It is classic.
no, your man, he was in all the time, the whole proceedings, all that Oma bomb, all the legals and all that there. But if I had to say to your man, no, 25's not enough for one. 35.
It is
Did you got it?
I think your man.
Why didn't
Fuck me.
No, I just thought.
Here I lost Milton. I didn't want to lose that as well.
Hold fire. I don't want to be selling that there. It's going to look bad if I said to your man. And then he was English too.
See, in terms of the art, right? The art is fantastic, but we're gonna go back to the comment section.
Yes, go back to them, Tommy. I like
So
them.
it says, tiny bar, no standing allowed. This is a 1-star review again. Has lots of pictures of airy, slittery, and political characters. None of them female.
Yeah, is there a rule to not have females up?
No, well, no. I
It's
see
not
some
portable.
people like your wee man have
They
done
didn't
them.
do anything.
Your wee man have done them like if you look
There's
down
a
there,
girl there.
they're
That's Peggy.
People are saying that as though we're the ones do
No, but-
do the paintings.
That is a girl there. There's two.
that's Aris.
Yes,
That's Aris.
Ah, see?
There's one of Aris.
The reviews
So
are
Maggie
bullshit.
Thatcher's down there in one of them as well.
Is she?
Yeah, of all the women to have portrayed something about.
No,
there's-
but
there's-
now and again you try to explain to your people saying, who's that woman in the bottom left there, and you try to explain that whole story about Iris Robertson.
No.
Fuck, they can't get their head around it. You try to explain all that there, and her and your wee man she was talking about with, and that whole roll it and fold it and all. So you have to fuck.
But,
No, but your wee man done them 30 odd years ago, and you know, maybe at the time, like, there's no way sexist or feminist.
Yeah.
Just that's the way, but there's there's
Iris
Robertson's out there, and
boxers and there's every
Johnny
politician.
Caldwell.
There's a.
You must be a big Caldwell fan. There's
Well, all
3 pictures and a glove.
Tommy, all his ones come in here. Bernard comes in here, and all them Caldwells come in here. Old John himself used to come in here. But all the Caldwells, they all live up a road
Do
there.
they?
And Bernard, they
His
live around.
grandson was a man crowd in school.
We've actually got a wee statue of him down there as well.
Really?
Aye, up on top
Listen,
of the speaker.
what they will take for the lads? Well, how far do we have to get a picture?
Get a picture.
No, you just have to.
We haven't met the criteria. Well, what is the criteria?
No,
If your man comes in, he's offers
I don't know why.
25 grand.
It's not going to happen in your boxing careers. You're going to have to move to the next stage. It's going to be at another level. So you're going to have to get to some other level.
After you die, we'll
Okay, fair enough.
We'll put it up.
Well, we've talked enough
No,
shit
but
today.
here for a wee while, your wee
So-
man that was doing the paintings for a while.
Oh, sorry.
People used to say, "Fuck, don't Joe, don't do mine, don't." He was painting. I'll do a wee painting off you. And then the customer was Dan, but they were all people who were.
Tell him that.
And then they were saying, "Fuck, Joe, don't know, Josie, don't paint me. The last 3 people you painted have died, so I don't want those paintings of me in here."
But tell me, see where it, like being a famous bar in the city centre, do you get much celebrities coming through?
Oh, you do like.
Who can tell?
Conan O'Brien was
Conan
in.
O'Brien was in.
Yeah.
He was lovely as well. He was really sound.
we go. We're regulars.
But come on, Conan O'Brien come in. He was doing the thing in the waterfront for
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. He come in, fucking decorated, bought everybody bottles of whiskey outside, inside.
He was sound as fuck. I remember saying to the fellow with him, I was like, "Oh, he's very easy to talk to." And the guy was like, "Well, he's a talk show host." His job. I was like, "Okay, yeah, I hear you."
Van Morrison came in, didn't he?
And he fucked him out.
Shut up. No, he didn't.
No, but he wanted. This is way back in the day. The place full of all them outlaws, all regulars, all watching the racing. And your man came to the door and he says, "Look, Van Morrison's here. He wants to come in, but he wants you to put everybody out. He wants to come in."
Fuck off.
No, here. Fucking all them outlaws, and half of them live around the markets.
And they learn here every
Excuse
day.
me, fuck, there's not a mason. That's exactly what I said to you every day. You can't put them inside. But he wanted the place
do you think he
clear
is?
so as he could sit up here and get a glass of Guinness or something.
Fuck's sake.
Wouldn't have minded if you had said, like, "There's a new dropsy for you," or stick at your fuck all. He was there, give me nothing.
That's madness.
I said, fuck, it's not happening.
I heard he's a grumpy cunt, to be honest.
Is he
Heard
not
it.
notorious?
So you and him would
Me
have
and him would have got on.
It would have been
I said,
Titans, I think.
I said, come back when the bar's closed.
That's
Did
madness.
Rihanna come around when she was here?
No.
But she did go to the New Lodge.
But you did. We were in the video.
We were
in the
in it.
video. We were at the New Lodge flats, fucking dancing in front of it. I can't dance. And I embarrassed myself in front of about 3,000 people.
The command says, "Can anybody dance?" Tom's like, "Me." It was all the other ones are all professional dancers.
I was fucking I mean, the whole of North Belfast, it rams like a concert, and I stand in front of them all dancing.
McKenna.
I've already spoke about it. Rihanna was just looking in disgust at me.
But here, see, this wee place is off the scale for the amount of people come in here, and more that it fucking amazes me where they come from. The first man to come in here this morning, he'll be in shortly. He gets a train up from Ballymoney. He doesn't get a free train. He's the age. He pays,
Just come here.
and he comes up from Ballymoney, and he'd sit there. He'll be in about 11. He's after 11, and he'll sit there. He gets a few pints of cider. for a customer to
Didn't
come
come for the Guinness, sucks it.
fucking pints of cider, for a customer to come from Ballymoney
Yeah.
to here, and your man Addy in the wheelchair. Do you ever see Addy or sits in the wheelchair?
Yeah, I was him last week.
Addy was the size and built of ourselves, thrown out cycling, went down a pothole and broke his back. But he's in 3 times a week. Gets a car to drive him up from Toom to here. And
Toom?
He's up from fucking Toom.
Would it be mostly regulars in here, or would it be?
No, it's not. It was back in the day. It was 99% regulars, and the odd stranger.
Nice tourist, is it?
But like the fucking mix, like there was the other week there was a few sinners sitting there, and 2 boys sitting there. I just say they're sinners. By the way, just to let you all know,
The UVF sitting over.
two cups.
Well,
Was it?
who was it? See the pins? Did any of them come in here? Any of the prominent politicians?
No, not only that there. No. But
Get
like,
them down. I'm here
I'd
week in,
say-
week out.
Who's the most famous person do you think
Van
can serve the
Morrison.
pint?
Van Morrison
Survive
bar.
the fuck that.
He got
He's the
barred.
most famous person put it. Who's the most person?
the most famous person put out Van Morrison, and for a pint it had to be your man
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
That's big thing.
Aye.
It's a big thing. But listen, we've talked enough shit. At the end of each podcast, we like to do a wee game. It's called Blank,
Smack.
Smack,
Or Bad
or
Dragon
Dragon
Claw.
Claw. So we're going to give you 3 people here, and you have to say who you would Bad Dragon Claw or blah blah blah. So Van Morrison. Who else?
Conan O'Brien.
Colonel O'Brien. And one more is going to be. Come on.
I'd ask for a Coke.
Yeah, the fella that asked for Coke. Who are you going to
So you have to buy one of them
So
a Dragon Claw, smack one of them, and just ignore one of them.
So you're gonna Conan O'Brien. You're gonna buy him or give him a bottle of Dragon Claw. He's the man.
Right.
Van Morrison, you're gonna fucking blank him.
So you're smacking the Coke drinker?
Right? So the coke drinker, you're gonna
You're not getting your coke bang.
Yeah,
Knuckle sandwich.
Thank you for joining us, the Bill Boys.
Yep,
Right,
brilliant.
that's
Yes.
it.
Notorious legends. And if you want a Guinness, I'm not even joking you. The Guinness is unbelievable,
Yeah.
top notch.
Second to none.
Nah, it's only 11 o'clock. That's getting a
I know, I know.
zero.
This is actually- like these are the first. See these are unbelievable for like when it's 8 p.m.
You can't
in
beat
the
a
whole bar.
Guinness Zero.
This is the first fucking
What
Guinness
about the-
Zero of the day.
But as we were saying earlier on there, so have you opened them doors, which I've fucking done, you seen it this morning, have you opened them
People
doors
coming
at
in.
6 o'clock in the morning
I know.
for to do something, maybe you've workmen down, you're doing a stock or something, and the door's open, or somebody will come to that door and they'll walk in. Seen this morning, first thing, guy comes to the door, walks in, he says, oh, I'm a crazy seaman, a crazy seaman.
Get the fuck.
Right?
You don't fucking here.
Off you go, sir.
But thanks for coming, you legends. Or not
thanks
coming,
for
we
coming.
came
We
here.
came.
We came
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Patreon people, subscribe and get the extra
Because the-
content.
Yeah.
Part 2's coming up right now.
In Bittles.
Yeah.
And
Stay hydrated.
Also, stay hydrated
Yeah.
and drink responsibly. And don't drink Coca-Cola. And also, they've got Davnish coming up in 2 weeks.
24th
Our
of
first
March.
live. It's going to be unbelievable. It's nearly sold out. So get your
Tickets are
tickets.
a tenner.
Tickets are tenner. I mean, you only get 4 pence. 3 pence nowadays for a tenner. So
Do you?
2 pence.
You get a pen and a half.
you can't get a half.
Gary,
pint.
but I didn't hear you have a fucking snooker.
But thank you. Join us next week, and there's the legends.